Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to today's explainer. You know that sudden, slightly panicky feeling when you're staring at a direct deposit form, a bill pay screen, or a wire transfer request, and you just need your banking info right that second? Well, finding your USAI routing number online doesn't just save you a ton of time, it secures your money and makes sure your transfers go through without a single hitch. So today, we're going to break down exactly how to find, verify, and use your USAI banking credentials like an absolute pro.
Here is our roadmap for today. First up, the 9-digit key. Second, finding your number. Third, real-world transfers. Fourth, avoiding mistakes. And finally, FAQs and final tips. Let's just get right into it. Section 1, the 9-digit key. Before we go hunting for it, it really helps to understand exactly what we're actually looking for. Picture this for a second. You're setting up your military pay, or actually, maybe you've just landed a brand new remote job. You probably have your account number memorized by now, but there's a second, equally critical piece of the puzzle you absolutely need to get your hard-earned cash into your hands. So what is that 9-digit number that holds the key? It's this number right here, 314074269. Now, what's really fascinating about this is that unlike massive traditional banks, which often have dozens of different routing numbers scattered across different states and regions, USAA uses the single unified code for millions of its members globally. So whether you opened your account in Texas, Virginia, or while you were stationed overseas, this is the primary number you're going to use. Let's quickly define what this actually is. Introduced way back in 1910 by the American Bankers Association, the ABA routing number was originally designed to solve a massive logistical headache, sorting physical paper checks. Today, you can basically think of it as a financial zip code. Whenever money moves electronically in the U.S., this 9-digit code tells the Federal Reserve and other banks exactly which institution should actually receive the funds. And this brilliantly illustrates the difference, because it's a super common point of confusion, but it's really simple once you break it down. The routing number identifies USA itself. It's the zip code. It's the exact same for you, your spouse, and your neighbor who uses USAA. Your account number, on the other hand, well, that's uniquely yours. It is the specific street address of your money. You really need both to get the mail delivered. Section 2, finding your number online. Now that we know exactly what we're looking for, let's track it down digitally. If you're sitting at your computer right now, retrieving this info is incredibly seamless. First, you'll just navigate to the USAA desktop portal and authenticate your login. Once you're sitting on that main dashboard, simply click on the specific checking or savings account you want to use. Near the top of the page, you'll see a little tab labeled Account Details. Click that, and boom, your 9-digit routing number is displayed right there next to your account number. But what if you aren't at a desk? You know, USAA actually pioneered mobile check deposits specifically because their core demographic, deployed military personnel, often literally cannot visit a physical branch. To find your number on your phone, just open the USAA mobile app and authenticate using Face ID or your PIN, tap on your specific deposit account, and both the routing and account info will be sitting right there on the primary details screen. It is perfectly optimized for access from anywhere in the world. And hey, if the internet goes down, the classic method definitely still works. If you have a checkbook handy, just pull out a physical check. Look down at the bottom left corner. That first string of 9 digits, that's your routing number, followed by your account number right in the middle, and the check number on the far right. It is a completely foolproof physical backup. Section 3, real-world transfer applications. Let's see how this builds into actionable steps for your daily finances. So when are you actually going to type 3140-74269 into a form? Well, the most common applications are setting up direct deposits through DFAS for military pay or setting up payroll with a civilian employer. But you'll also use it for receiving domestic wire transfers, setting up automated bill payments for things like your utilities, and routing your IRS tax refunds directly into your account. Plus, and this is a big one, when it's set up correctly, USAA frequently credits military pay up to 2 days early, which is a massive benefit. I absolutely love highlighting this insider fact because it shows exactly why USAA is tailor-made for the military lifestyle. Active duty service members frequently undergo a PCS, right? A permanent change of station, moving from state to state or overseas. Because USAA utilizes a single national routing number, you never have to undergo the nightmare of updating your direct deposit or military allotments just because you moved to a new state. Your routing number moves right along with you. Section 4, avoiding common transfer mistakes. Let's proactively look at a few friction points so you can keep your money moving smoothly. Look, when entering your banking details manually, human error is absolutely your biggest enemy. The two most common mistakes we see are transposing digits, like typing 47 instead of 74, and accidentally checking the savings box on a form when the account number you gave is actually for your checking account. If you make that mistake near a pay cycle cutoff, the transaction could completely fail and roll over to the next cycle. So always verify the numbers directly against your app rather than just trusting your memory. Now, here is a really important policy update to be aware of regarding ACH, or automated clearinghouse transfers. USAA recently updated its security policies. You can no longer add new non-owned external accounts, like a landlord's personal bank account, to your USAA dashboard for direct ACH transfers. If you already had them linked previously, they do remain active, but new ones simply cannot be added. This is a strict fraud prevention measure implemented by the bank to protect member funds from unauthorized external pulls. So if you need to pay rent to a private landlord and you can't add their account for an ACH transfer, what are you supposed to do? Well, you have some excellent, secure alternatives. First off, you can use Send Money with Cell right inside the USAA app, which is heavily monitored and authenticated. Second, you can use the USA Pay Bills feature, where funds are pulled directly and safely from your checking. And for large, one-off purchases, like a house down payment, standard wire transfers remain a highly secure option. Section 5, FAQs, and final tips. As we wrap up this explainer, let's address some edge cases to really solidify your understanding. So the crucial point here is that while USA heavily relies on one primary number, there is a very slight variation depending on the specific subsidiary. 3140-74269 is your main workhorse for the USAA Federal Savings Bank that handles your direct deposits, ACH, and wires. However, you might occasionally see the number 122487129 pop up. That one is specific to the USAA Savings Bank entity, which is often used for certain credit card payments or bill pay structures. Basically, stick to the main number for your checking account, but don't freak out if the system autofills that second one for an internal USAA bill. Here's a really quick practical tip about domestic wire transfers. You'll use your standard routing number to receive them, and incoming domestic wires are generally fee-free. But if you're initiating an outgoing wire transfer via USAA online banking, just be prepared for a standard fee, which is typically around $20. It's basically the price you pay for instant same-day money movement. Okay, time for a really cool, slightly geeky fact. Did you know these routing numbers actually run on a mathematical algorithm called a checksum? It's true. When you type a routing number into an online form, the system instantly multiplies and adds the digits together in the background. If the final sum isn't evenly divisible by 10, the system immediately knows you made a typo and rejects it. It is literally a built-in safety net to prevent your money from flying off to the wrong place. Now, a very frequent question we get from members stationed overseas: do I need a new routing number for international transfers? The answer is no, simply because routing numbers are strictly for the U.S. banking system. If someone overseas is trying to wire you money, giving them your routing number just won't work. Instead, you're going to need to provide USAA's SWIFT code, which essentially acts as the international version of a routing number. Standard disclaimer time. Please remember that banking policies, fee structures, and security protocols can and do evolve over time. While the information we've covered today gives you a really robust framework for managing your funds, you should always verify your specific account details and current policies directly through your secure USAA dashboard or their official customer service channels. Which brings us to our final thought. Security and efficiency start with knowing your digital environment. So take 60 seconds today. Open your USAA app, navigate to your account details, and verify exactly where those numbers live. Being a focused learner means taking immediate action to secure your financial future. Thanks so much for diving into this with me, and I will see you in the next explainer.